regret I'm not able to make you work on Sundays.
I'm sure all of you watch this clipping time and again from L&T Chairman asking us to work for 90 hours a week, even on Sundays, not staring at our wife. It happened a month back, and suddenly the video from Narayana Murthy asking us to work 70 hours a week also popped up.
Our youngsters must say, this is my country. I want to work 70 hours a week.
And it became a national debate. Social media was abuzz. LinkedIn warriors, Twitter philosophers, every chai conversation was dominated by this prime time conversation. Are Indians working too hard? Do we have a toxic work culture? Do we even have a labor law? By the way, the labor law says we should not work more than 48 hours. But really, do we follow the labor laws? But suppose we do, then what happens? Is it even the right thing to do for a growing economy like India? Last 5 years, I was in Sweden. That's a fantastic country for work-life balance. No calls after 5 p.m. You will not be disturbed. Fridays after 3 p.m. the office is a ghost town, and even if you are working from home, you have your hard luck finding anyone. And it felt like that I could take vacation without secretly checking my mails. And it's a wonderful, wonderful work-life balance. But think about it for a moment. Where is Europe today in terms of economic progress? It's sliding. More and more, Europe economy is lagging behind. So there's a price you pay for this work-life balance. And when Narayana Murthy says that for a growing economy like India, we need to work hard, he has a point. But at the same time, I believe our corporate jurors and respected corporate board members and executives, they're getting it wrong by focusing on our age-old obsession on quantity rather than quality. And by the way, Anand Mahindra did talk about that, focus on quality rather than quantity. Because if we focus on quantity, you know what will happen. And this I have observed personally. If your boss stays in the office till 7 p.m., no one is going to leave. If the boss is leaving by 7 p.m., by 7:15, the office is magically empty. So that's the kind of culture then we'll create in the organization by focusing on quantity of hours being worked rather than quality of work. So if you see, working long hours is not the solution. It will result into burnout. And it's impossible as a human being working 60 hours, 90 hours, or now Elon Musk says 120 hours is impossible. You cannot sustain that. Our human body and human mind is not designed for that. And it will result into burnout. On the other hand, working like a 35 hours, working less, it will not work either. So what is the solution? I was reflecting on this, I was introspecting, and I looked at my 30 years, 3 decades of corporate experience, and I started thinking when I was at my best. And I saw 2 periods in my career, I believe I worked and I gave my best. It's between 1995 and 2006, that's one period, and 2011 and 2017, the other period. And then when I thought about it, I saw 2 patterns. The first, in those 2 periods, between 1995 and 2006 and 2011 and 2017, I was working for something which is very meaningful. Back in 1995-96, Pricewaterhouse that time was building the consulting organizations, and I remember Rupen Roy, our managing partner that time, said, we don't want to be in the bandwagon of Y2K. We don't want to be the technopolis. We want to build the ERP, SAP, Oracle, that kind of practice and add real value to Indian economy and global economy. And it was like a mission. And then we started working on the remote delivery for SAP. And I remember that time there were partners in US I worked with. They said, you cannot take the jobs like SAP to India. It's not possible. But we made it happen. So it was like a mission. And we all were glued by that mission, by that purpose. And same thing happened in Ericsson. When I joined Ericsson 2011, we were on a mission to transform the company to be an ICT services player. And India became the global capability center for that. And we are on a mission to realize that purpose, that vision. So that's number one. when you work for a purpose-driven culture, purpose-driven organization with a very clear mission, very clear why, you don't look at the clock, how many hours you are working for. And second thing is the leaders to inspire you with that vision. I have been fortunate to work under the best leaders in Pricewaterhouse, then PwC, IBM and Ericsson, Rupen Roy, Ambarish Dasgupta, Amitav Ray, Joydeep Mukherjee. And by the way, I worked with Amitav for most of the time, and I see there is a common pattern. These are the leaders who creates inspiring vision, communicates, articulates very clearly, but then they let you work in your own way to make it happen. They don't micromanage. They're always there guiding, but they don't micromanage. And whenever they see that you are deviating, they have a soft hands and guide you back on the right path, but not micromanaging. And I believe in today's organizations, many of those global as well as in India, these two things are lacking. People are just being asked to work without the big picture, why they're doing what they're doing. They lack a purpose, they lack a vision, and they are not being communicated by their leaders, and they lack good, inspiring leaders. If you believe that you are working for an organization like that, like a cog in the wheel, without knowing what you are doing, why you are doing, and feeling demotivated, you have a choice. You have two choices. The first, you can continue working in the toxic culture, feeling demotivated and continue to brood over it. The second, you can decide to come out of that by choosing your path forward. And you may be thinking, oh, that's easy to say but difficult to do. I agree with you. But here we are at Leaderion, that's what we do. We help you finding your passion, purpose, reigniting the energy and the motivation within. We work with you, we walk alongside you. Whether you are an individual contributor or a leader, we work with you to give you the path forward. And if you are an organization interested to inculcate that culture, the purpose-driven culture, we also work with you towards that. So what are you waiting for? Just reach out to us, put your comment, you can message me directly, and we can work together. Because we believe you just don't need a career. You need a career and a job that inspires you. You deserve the best.